Have you ever noticed that almost every great civilization built something that reached toward the sky? The Egyptians raised pyramids above the desert. The Mesopotamians built massive ziggurats. The Greeks crowned their hills with temples. Medieval Europe filled its cities with towering cathedrals. Across Asia, pagodas climbed toward the heavens. Today, our skylines are defined by steel and glass skyscrapers, different languages, different religions, different empires. Yet the same idea keeps returning. Why? Was it simply architecture, or is there something deeply human behind our desire to build upward? Long before towers existed, mountains were already considered sacred. Mount Sinai, Mount Olympus, Mount Kailash, Mount Meru, Mount Fuji. Again and again, the highest places on earth became places where humanity believed heaven and earth were somehow closer together. When civilizations settled in vast plains, they could no longer rely on natural mountains, so they built their own. The great ziggurats of Mesopotamia were not simply tall buildings. They elevated temples above the surrounding world, creating an artificial mountain where rituals connected the human and the divine. One of the most famous, Etemenanke, whose name is often translated as the foundation of heaven and earth, expressed that symbolic connection through architecture itself. Historians of religion have described this recurring idea with the concept of the axis mundi, the symbolic center of the world, a point where heaven, earth, and the underworld meet. Every culture imagined this center differently. Sometimes it was a sacred tree, sometimes a mountain, sometimes a temple, sometimes a tower. The form changed, the idea remained. But towers were never only religious, they were also political. A tower dominates the horizon long before you reach a city. It announces power, organization, knowledge, resources. To build upward was to tell the world, we are here. The higher the structure, the greater the statement. That hasn't changed. Modern skylines continue this tradition. The tallest buildings on Earth rarely belong to ordinary neighborhoods. They rise where wealth, influence, and ambition are concentrated. Our materials have changed. Our motivations have expanded, but we still measure greatness vertically. There is also a psychological dimension. Across countless stories and cultures, moving upward represents transformation. We climb mountains. We ascend stairways. Heroes rise. Enlightenment is above. Wisdom is above. Transcendence is above. Descending, by contrast, often symbolizes death, forgetting, chaos, or a journey into the unknown. Even the staircases found in ancient monuments carry symbolic weight. Each step suggests movement, progress, initiation, a journey rather than a destination. Perhaps this is why monumental towers appear so naturally throughout history. Not because every civilization believed exactly the same thing, but because human beings repeatedly searched for ways to express the same aspirations. One of the most famous stories about a tower appears in the book of Genesis. The Tower of Babel has often been understood as a warning about human pride and the desire to reach heaven through our own ambition. Whether read as history, theology, or symbolism, the story reminds us that towers are never just physical structures. They always carry ideas, and those ideas survive far longer than stone. Today, we no longer build ziggurats. We build financial districts, observation decks, communication towers, launch pads, skyscrapers. The purpose has evolved, but the impulse remains astonishingly familiar. For thousands of years, humanity has continued to shape the horizon with monuments that rise above everything else. Perhaps towers are not simply attempts to touch the sky. Perhaps they are mirrors. Each civilization builds upward toward whatever it believes is highest. The materials change, the architecture changes, the beliefs change, but the gesture never disappears. Maybe we have never stopped reaching for heaven. We have only changed what heaven means. And perhaps that is why every civilization, in its own language, built a tower.